Next month, July 2022, the St. Kitts Sustainable Destination Council, S.D.C, will be hosting its plastic-free campaign. Today, Kenney Manning, representing the S.D.C, and Chris, who's here on behalf of ESPO, Water Solutions and Tapp Water Caribbean, will be talking to us all about plastic-free campaign. Yes. What else is going on in that world? All right, welcome to Good Morning, SKN.
Welcome, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yes. Oh, absolutely, our pleasure. So what we want to know, first of all, is has the S.D.C already started its awareness campaign?
Yes, we just started making the rounds on different media stations. Yesterday we were at Minifan Island. Today we're here, and my colleague is also at E-Kids. We get to be able to show right now.
Okay, a lot of publicity.
We started promoting the flyer for the calendar as well, getting it out there.
All right, so tell us about some of those activities that you've planned.
Okay, several activities. Each year we try to post up. Let me start with the background of Plastic Free July.
Sure, please do.
Yeah, Plastic July is a movement that started in Australia, basically to promote the awareness of dangerous single-use plastics and people to develop plastic-free habits. Even though we say Plastic Free July, we want to make sure that in St. Kitts, our focus is basically on single-use plastics. We know we can't just get away completely eliminate all plastics because you have to do citation, the cost of things, but we want everyone to try and do as much as they can. That's what we're basically trying to promote. Like this month, I should say next month, sorry. It's almost June.
Yeah, it is.
I actually got confused. I thought this weekend was...
Don't worry, last week it was March for me, so I get it.
Yeah. Okay. On the first, we have a billboard unveiling, which is in collaboration with my partner here, Chris, from Tapp Water and ESPO Water Solutions. We're going to be putting some billboards around the island. The first one's going to be just outside the studio here, at the roundabout just there. We're going to promote the message of Plastic Free July and getting people to use recyclables, use different alternatives to plastic bottles and stuff like that. Actually, have some of the products here that Chris, his company is actually now promoting to help us with that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And the next day we have bag distribution, basically promoting the less use of single-use plastic bags. You can't see the bag at the end, but I'll show you the bag that I have in a bit. We want to give those out to persons going to supermarkets and help them to understand the danger of single-use plastics and know that there's a practical alternative. So it's only good to start, but you end up leaving with like 10, 20 bags. You don't need those, and then where they end up in the ocean.
Yep.
Yeah. And then afterwards, we then have the Spot campaign. We are during that week, which is starting the 4th of July, where we encourage people to highlight businesses or persons who are using alternatives to encourage, like, you see, you're not alone, you know, it's a good thing, it's a trend you need to get it to happen.
Well, I can imagine if I'm a business person and I make that list, it would be really good for me, good publicity, but also it says I care about the environment as well. Exactly. So good initiative. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, and people need to understand, even from a tourist point of view, because the S.D.C is actually an advisory body to the Ministry of Tourism. We have people overseas now are looking for businesses and islands that are more into that kind of stuff, sustainability, promoting environmental friendliness. And it's basically, I don't want to say it's a marketing tool, but it helps.
It definitely does.
Yes. And then after that, we're going to have the panel discussion on, hold on, let me get the bidder change week. During that week, we are going to basically challenging people to do one thing every day to show you a difference for July. So today you may be asked to skip the straw. Next day you may be asked to use a reusable bag when you go to the market. Bring your own dish. Shop at the place that sells, uses those recyclable materials other than styrofoam. Styrofoam is a big problem. It's cheap, but yeah, it's a problem. And then we have a panel discussion this year. We've basically been doing it for the past 2 to 3 years, I think. We have panel discussion, getting viewpoints of different entities and persons from various backgrounds on their views of plastic and the dangers of it. This year we're going to be focusing on marine and coastal pollution and plastics. Yeah. And afterwards, then we have the Green Tourism Camp. This is a camp that's hosted every year by the Ministry of Tourism. We basically try to take the message to the rural area with children from the primary schools, I think it's 8 to 12 years, to come to a camp where they can learn practical skills about being sustainable in tourism and about being green, not using green, but doing sustainable methods to promote tourism and getting involved in it. This year we're actually going to be having a presentation by the S.D.C as well as last time I was here was with Joyce Chang, promoting with recycling thing. She's going to be there as well to promote that project as well. And then after that, we're going to round out the month with the Plastic Free July match. That's going to be on the 29th. Oh, I didn't give you all the dates. I'm slipping.
Just leave this poster and send us a link.
Yeah, I'm slipping, yeah.
We'll get them. Yeah.
The 29th of July, we're going to have a match to last year. We're targeting the youth. And we're not excluding anyone older, but we know the youth are often the main changes of things. So that's basically what we're going to do. Match of last year, we're going to be sharing the road, the ideas about how to be more plastic free, and just encourage them to come out and support and gain more knowledge on the topic.
So Chris, how do you tie into this equation?
So I'm part of the S.D.C here. I'm representing ESPO Water Solutions and Tapp Water Caribbean. And just as Kenney mentioned, one thing I will add is, it's Plastic Free July and the Be the Change week of, not using a straw or reusable bottle, reusable bags. It's important for that week to get in that habit, but also past that in past July to become part of your daily routine.
Yes.
And so we're obviously advocating for July, but like I said, it's got to be ingrained in our brains to do it throughout the course of the year.
Yes.
And with that, also, if you're already doing that now, the other important thing that we would like to stress is the education and the awareness. So we're on Good Morning SKN kind of to bring the awareness, but you can, further that with your family or friends if they're not using reusable bottles, reusable bags, to educate and make everybody aware of the issues that we're facing.
All right, speaking to that, let's talk about some of the issues, because obviously, if I'm here, and I heard you say it already, when we have that particular day, perhaps you can encourage people not to shop at places that use styrofoam and so on. Yeah. From an economic point of view, that might actually hurt some businesses, but I do understand the benefit, the long-term benefit that we have to gain. So how do you continue to make people aware of some of the issues, rather, that arise from single-use plastics? What are they?
Well, one thing that I do is, I don't have it here with me, but it's out in the hall. I bring my reusable bottle everywhere I go. So if I ordered a mixed drink at a bar or something, I give them that and I don't get the cup. Bring my own container to a restaurant. And it is an economical, there is the economy side of things where a business, let's say one of the restaurants is always continuously doing takeout, but if you're bringing your own takeout container, they're actually saving money by not spending money on their takeout products. So the hope is that increases their bottom line, and maybe they can pass it on to their consumer. Maybe not, but they're spending less on their takeout products, and that's a good sign too.
You probably should market that. Bring your own container. I love it, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good thing. Yeah.
But even on a larger scale, when you look at the dangers plastic causes in terms of getting to the ocean, getting to our food supply, the health side effects, the loss of jobs through less fish, and less restaurant being able to supply food. I mean, in the long run, we're actually hurting ourselves. Yeah. Well, basically, everyone knows what these are. The usual takeout lunch, drinking water, or coffee. This is what we use every day.
Yes.
Unfortunately, most of this stuff, I would say 90% of it just ends up in the dump. And then dump gets overflown, that creates a whole economic problem, burden on the government, gets into the ocean, harbors insects, rats, that comes back to us. Okay. What we are promoting is a more vital, of course, the famous plastic bag. I'm sure, how many of these do you have?
Wanted, well, not wanted.
Plenty.
How many of these do you actually have?
I reuse them as garbage bags, which I know is not good.
Yeah. It's like everyone has like at least 50, 100 of those at home.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is get people to lessen their dependency on these things, especially the plastic bags, because these are not recyclable. I mean, we have a recycling project that's been taking place right now. We have not have a way to, because of material. So what we're trying to promote is materials like this, like when you go to the store, walk with a reusable bag. So we have the logo here, Plastic Be Gone campaign. That's what we're trying to do. Instead of just Plastic Free July, we actually expanded to the Plastic Be Gone. We're trying to encourage people to do these things all year round, 24/7, 365 days per year.
I was telling you earlier, Chris and Kenney, that when I shopped in another Caribbean territory where they actually, promote, well, they got rid of single-use plastic bags.
Yeah.
So I would go to the grocery store and I'd be like, oh boy, I forgot my bag.
Yeah.
And I bought like 6 or 7 of these in different sizes. I didn't have to tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe
What I do personally, I leave one in the vehicle at all times. So If usually if the vehicle's in the parking lot, I can just go back and get it. Also, there are some they can actually put in a little pouch.
Yeah, full up. I have one of those. Yeah, and they hook onto you.
Yeah, they hook onto you.
Yeah.
You can, I mean, it's hard for you to get. It's like having the keys.
Yeah, you need a car first in order to.
Yeah.
That's another story. What else do we have?
And then here we have these are alternatives. We have this is made of, I think it was the bagasse for sugar.
Okay.
So again, you're using natural material. And some might say, okay, it might get greasy. You can always line it with wax paper.
Yeah.
So that helps with the drainage. If alternative, instead of using plastic fork, biodegradable fork as well. There's no harm to the environment.
So I guess instead of the styrofoam,
Yeah.
you can always use that.
Yes.
Okay. Good stuff.
And I also have the straw. Unfortunately, I don't have an actual regular straw. This is an alternative, also carryable. Just hook it onto you.
Looks like a pen.
It does.
Nice and neat. It has a little brush inside. You can clean it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, practical.
Nice.
And I'll know hand it to Chris. Chris is providing a practical solution to all these bottles as well. Instead of having to buy all
instead of
these
the
small water bottles.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, Chris,
So-
take it away.
With ESPO Water Solutions, we are, we're focused on water storage tanks with filtration, whole house filtration systems, atmospheric water generators, desalination, reverse osmosis. But today with Tap Water Caribbean, these are the products that I brought. This one just attaches right to your faucet. So it has a switch. You switch it on for filtered water, switch it off for unfiltered.
Okay.
So if you're washing your hands, washing your dishes, you don't want to waste the filter.
Okay.
So this, 4 reasons that we talk about why. It's less expensive than purchasing bottled water. Obviously, the environment, the convenience, it's right in your home. You don't have to go buy from the stores, and the health. So compared to some of the competing products, this one doesn't actually remove the healthy minerals that are in our public water.
Nice.
So it removes the impurities, but keeps the healthy minerals that we need. For those of you that have the pull-out faucet, the spray faucets at home, this one is another alternative. So this is the Pitcher Pro, same thing, filters. Unlike other competing products as well, this one filters as you pour. So the other ones, you fill it up, you gotta wait for it to filter. This one, you just fill it up, and as you pour, it filters it out. So these are 2 different items that we offer on Tap Water Caribbean that you can avoid single-use plastic.
Oh, that's wonderful. Tap Water Caribbean. Okay, website.
Tapwatercaribbean.com. It's tap with 2 P's, and espowater.com, or on Facebook and Instagram.
I love that. I love that. So what has the response been like for the public so far? I know some of these initiatives might be new, but not so new really, because we've been talking about some things.
It's been, for us, we've been involved in Plastic Free July since 2017, so our 6th year participating. Every year we try to add more products, more ideas, get the word out more. And in general, most persons would be are on board. The cost is a bit prohibitive. This price is a little more pricey compared to this.
Okay.
But we are also impassioned the Ministry of Environment, who's working with the government, the large government, see what can be done to make a practical switch, considering the cost and the health benefits and what's not overall. Because sometimes we want to look at the immediate cost of things. When you look at the health cost of using plastic all the time, the disposal cost, maintain the landfill, maintain the solid waste, I mean, just eliminating this would be a great relief on our country.
So I have to ask you, because I know that we've been talking about a lot of recycling in the news recently.
Yes.
So what if somebody says, you know what, hey, yeah, I'm going to recycle, I'm going to drop it in the bin. It's no big deal. At least I'm recycling.
Yeah.
Can you work with that, or do you want to see even more?
Yeah, definitely want to see more. We want to see it on a larger scale. We'd like to see everyone at every household doing it. And that's why, I mean, last time I was here with George Chang, they're having a pilot project. We have different points around the country to person to collect recyclables, and they will take it to the designated area to deal with it. And there's also some other being done by another S.D.C partner, Admirals, but it's not enough. We need everyone on board.
I'll comment as well that with the the Clean Seas program, I had the bottle drive this past weekend with Joyce Chang, and it's a great initiative. The research shows that less than 10% of plastic bottles are actually recycled. So it's great if you do recycle, but we just have to get better in the quantity that we are.
Yeah.
Well, I'll opt for not using it all if I can get that.
There you go.
We know where to get it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Absolutely right.
And for more information, you can also follow us on our social media. It's at St.Kitts S.D.C. At St.Kitts S.D.C. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So just keep it. We can just follow us, and we can keep you up to date on everything we were doing. The post is going to be out. We're going to give you tips on what you can do as an individual and as a collective body to make yourself more plastic free.
And we're at Tapp Water Caribbean on Facebook and Instagram. And if you like us or make a comment on a post, we're gonna between now and Friday, you'll get your name entered in a draw, and we'll raffle off one of these units here.
Look at that!
And I know the S.D.C motto is good for us, better for all, and it is going to take an all-in approach to combat this. So just everybody's got to get on board and move forward. And the problem didn't happen overnight, and it won't be solved overnight, but it takes all of us to make that contribution.